Hi and welcome to Let's Talk, a series where each week I'll be choosing a player to speak about from the Arsenal squad, sharing with you my thoughts and opinions about their previous and current form, bringing you stats and asking what are the expectations going forward. So stay tuned and let's talk. What's good, people? Welcome back to the Arsenal Bloodline. You're here with me, Julz, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. But before all that, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Okay.
Come on, spill the tea. Yeah.
What a save!
All right. Woo.
Oh, and it's kept out by Raya.
Come on, spill the tea. Yeah.
What a save from David Raya!
Woo. This is light work. Come on.
Splendid save!
Ooh. All right.
Saved by Raya!
This is light work. Come on.
So the player in conversation today is none other than our number one keeper, David Raya. So I thought I'd talk about a different type of player today, someone whose responsibilities are way different to outfield players. Why not? Let's just start with the goalkeeper. I'm going to get to him at some point, so I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about him after his fantastic performance at Old Trafford. So we signed him 2 years ago, initially on loan. At that time, we had a number one goalkeeper in Aaron Ramsdale, but Mikel Arteta thought it'd be best to have two goalkeepers of the same caliber. Now, that's caused a bit of a stir amongst, some of the pundits and the fans alike, saying, why do we need this guy? He's come from Brentford. It's not a top level club. We've already got a decent goalkeeper. Yeah, it's full fair enough. Mikel, he likes to make certain type of signings that are bewildering to the rest of us, but sometimes do work. Well, most of the time they work out in the long run. So like the signing of Raya has been very good for us. I think he's helped improve that area and it's given confidence to the back line. They also know that they have a really good goalkeeper behind them. That helps a lot. Raya's 2 good feet, great shot stopper, makes fantastic saves, keeps us in games, and he actually does help us win games too, But let's get back to the Aaron Ramsdale thing. Mikel Arteta came out and said that he always wanted to have 2 top goalkeepers so that he could substitute a goalkeeper one day in a match, but he never had the bravery to do so. I mean, of course, it was never going to happen. I don't think that would happen at a top level, in a top level game, or any game really, to substitute the goalkeeper for no reason, just because you could. Seems a bit bizarre. But me and my brother got a theory on the reason why Ramsdale, his days were numbered when Raya came in, is because I don't know if you guys have seen, this is a while ago now, probably 2 years ago, I was said, right? That Ian Wright had a podcast where he'd invite a musician and a player to chat football and music. Now, Ramsdale was on there. Wright asked him the interaction with the fans and the away fans and stuff like that. Why do you do that type of thing? And to his basic answer was, he said that he couldn't keep good concentration throughout a whole 90 minutes, just being in goal and just standing there. So he needs something to pep him up, which was to interact with the fans, whether it be the away fans or the home fans. And he said that. Me and my brother, we had a conversation about that, saying, is this the reason why Mikel has opted for another goalkeeper? Because of those statements. So he doesn't trust him anymore. And that was at a point where Ramsdale was making a lot of mistakes. Towards the end of that first title running, he was making a lot of mistakes. Southampton, when he gave the ball away, and he kept doing that. He kept doing things like that a lot. So we think Mikel Arteta saw all that and thought, okay, if you're saying that, I'm bringing in someone else, who will be concentrated, who will be dedicated. And Raya was that man. So anyway, after he came in on loan, he did all right. Initially, he had a kind of tricky spell, warming in, bedding in. It's not easy, obviously, coming to a big club. And then you're the number one goalkeeper. All eyes on you. So he bedded himself in, had a decent season on loan that year. We all knew that he was going to be bought the following season for 27 million. That happened. And he became the number one, and out Ramsdale went. Unfortunately for him. I liked Aaron Ramsdale, to be fair, but I kind of now, in hindsight, see where Arteta was coming from, and Ramsdale moved on and ended up getting relegated again. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with the fact that Raya's at the club now. His distribution with his feet is pretty good. Yes, he is prone to the odd rick or two, but that's a goalkeeper's life, I guess, you know. But yeah, his second season was way better than his first season on loan. Again, we was in a title race. He kept us in many a game. It went down to the wire, you know, and he was a big part of that. And then going forward to last season, see him again. He made some outstanding saves again. Now, I'm not sure if it was last season or the season before, but he had a penalty that he saved. And then it went back to the player, and that player should have buried it. And somehow he managed to stop it. I don't know how he did it, but that was superb. The game against Aston Villa as well, I think, where, I don't know if it was Ollie Watkins, someone had the shot. Again, he made a great save. Ollie Watkins should have put it away, and somehow he's got his hand to it. Somehow he's done that. And he's the type of goalkeeper that can make those kind of saves. He's not the biggest goalkeeper. I think he's about 6'2". I mean, the average goalkeeper seems to be 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". But, you know, he's very commanding of his box. He comes for crosses, you know. He does like the physical side of things as well. He's very reliable, and he's got a good connection with Saliba and Gabriel, you know, Timber, Ben White, whoever it be, Miles now, you know, Calafiore. So that's very important. They all have to play at the back now, these goalkeepers, and he's one of the best at playing out from the back. Sometimes, yes, he does get a bit overzealous, and he does try and be a bit cheeky. You know, the game against Tottenham when we were cruising away, you know, he decides to do a little chip over the top, gets it wrong, and then boom, before you know it, he's conceded a goal. But that does happen. He's got this confidence in him where he believes he can play those kind of passes. I'd rather see him just keep it safe sometimes, you know, launch the ball downfield, let the other players, let them sort themselves out. But yeah, he's been a very important part of this team and in the title races since he's joined the club. And going forward for this season, he's going to be very important. As I alluded to, his performance at Old Trafford was probably he was man of the match, wasn't he? So it was a great performance, even though he did have a moment in that game where we thought, where is he going with that ball? Where are you going with that ball? David, get back. But yeah, the great game there. Marvellous save from Cunha in that game. Very, very quick, low hand, got a touch, goes out for a corner. And at the end of the game, for corners, coming for corners, getting the punches on them. No flapping about, just get on the end of it. So yeah, very, very pleased with the fact that he's our goalkeeper. We've also got adequate backup now in Kepa. So some good competition there. But I feel like he will be the difference this season again. He will be the difference again. Don't forget, he's got the Golden Gloves now, 2 years in a row as well. I mean, that's no mean feat in this league. When you've got the likes of Edison, Alisson, Nick Pope, you know, just to name a few. There's a few good goalkeepers in this league, and he's up there with the best of them. So hopefully, sooner or later, he'll get another Golden Glove to go along with a Premiership title. Because that's one thing, when you hear him speak, he always talks about winning, and he came here to win. He's come close on a number of occasions now, but it's his time. It's his time. It's the team's time to rise, shine, and get that trophy. And then going forward, who knows? He may become the Spanish #1 goalkeeper at some point. Because Unai Simon, very good goalkeeper, but over the last season or so, I've seen him play. He's not looked that great for me. This could be Raya's chance as well. World Cup year. If he has another fantastic season with us, who knows? Who knows? He may be the Spanish #1 goalkeeper as well as the Arsenal #1 goalkeeper. But yeah, David Raya for me, all-round good guy, all-round good goalkeeper. You know, guys, let me know your thoughts on David Raya. Were you happy when we first signed him? And be honest. Let me know in the comments below. And also like the video again and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching. This has been Let's Talk. I've been Julz, and I'm out.